Opera, news, entertainment. Be fabulous all the time, not just on the weekend.
Joanna is a graduate of the Queensland Conservatorium of Music and was a member of Opera Australia's ESSO Young Artists Development Program. She has been the recipient of many awards, including the Remy Martin Opera Australia Award, Bull Fellowship, Joan Sutherland Society Scholarship, and was also granted a Churchill Fellowship for Excellence in bel canto. Joanna is an ambassador for Osteoporosis Australia. Joanna.
Hi.
Hi. My God, I've been looking through this list of things that you've been doing, and where do I start? What would you say would be your very favourite work?
I think it's very hard to say exactly what's my favourite work. I would say I really enjoy all the operas I've sung in, but mainly I think my most favourite would be Lucia de Lammermoor. I think that's the one that I've been thrown on and had great acclaim to, but also had the opportunity to perform it internationally as well.
That's Joan Sutherland's favourite too, isn't it? Isn't that what she's most
famous for? It is. And
I got that on video.
Yeah, I sang it with Richard Balding conducting here in Melbourne a few years ago, and he actually said to me, you know, you've got that, it's printed on your forehead. So, you know, I'm hoping to sing that all around the world at some stage, but so far I've only done it in Mexico and Australia. So.
And I noticed there's a Joan Sutherland mention on here as well about, what did you do? Her 70th birthday.
I also...
What's that all about?
That was in London.
Right.
And a group of singers conducted by Bonnie in a small chamber orchestra. We all got together and did a concert for her.
Oh, where'd that happen?
In Australia House in London.
Oh,
but I also had the opportunity to understudy her as a very young singer in her last performance in Sydney, and you know, and also sing one of her maids of honour. So I had a lot to do with Joan Sutherland.
So you're a budding Joan Sutherland then?
I'm a budding Joanna Cole, I think. You know, but she's certainly one of the people who've influenced my career.
Well, that's not a bad role model to follow, really.
I had a fantastic role model.
What's that opera, the one that you were talking about with Lindy Chamberlain in it? That sounds interesting.
Well, that was a fantastic opportunity because that was a world premiere performance that was written by Moya Henderson, conducted by Richard Gill, our new director of the Victorian Opera, and directed by Stuart Launder. And I played Lindy. And David Hobson, up in Melbourne, played
I know David Hobson.
He played, yes, he played my husband Michael, and this is an ensemble piece. Barry Ryan played the prosecutor, and Elizabeth Campbell played a few roles, and we had various principals doing the ensemble. It was very interesting. It was great playing in Sydney, and I got to meet her. So that was a very that was a turning point in my life. I got a lot of media attention, and I think it sort of it was a healing point for Lindy too, I think, and her family. They came to see it quite a bit. They hadn't been to opera to that point, and she's I think she's a new person now.
So what year would that have been?
That was
what's the timeline of something?
2002, I think.
That's really recent then.
2004, really. You're asking me. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
I can't remember. I just do the operas and go.
And I was dying to ask you, but in case Joan Sutherland sees this, I was going to ask you, when did she turn 70?
Well, she's 80 now. This year, I think, is her 80th. It's a very special year for her this year. So
she was on at the Opera Australia 50th anniversary thing in London too.
Yes, she's still very active, and so is Richard Bonning. He's very active. He's still conducting. He's just conducted that May recently. So they're very. She's doing her own thing. I think she's not very growth-minded either. I think, you know, she's probably working on older.
Yes, I think everything starts to fall apart, doesn't it?
So she's mainly in Europe, I think. The colder weather seems to. She seems to like that rather than here.
I see on your list Poulenc. That's an interesting variation.
The Gloria.
And the Gloria would be like a mass, is it?
No, it's a sacred piece. It's very beautiful. It's a choral piece mainly, and that was done with the Sydney Philharmonic, I think. Yes, it was.
And then straight from that, was there a connection between that and Bizet's Carmen? Or hopefully not the same night.
The Michaela in Carmen was interesting. I performed that for the old VSO, Victoria State Opera.
Oh, okay.
And Susie Johnson was the Carmen in that. And then that was then I did a concert performance where she was the Carmen again for Tasmanian Symphony. So that wasn't back on that night. It was on board after that.
I was thinking that might be an interesting mix, the Cigarette Girls and Gloria.
It would be, wouldn't it? Yeah, very interesting.
And I've been going through, as I said, this extended list that Foray's Requiem. That would have been in a church.
I saw that last year actually.
Where did we see that?
I think it was at St Patrick's Cathedral.
Often they will have a voice soprano, sing soprano part, but they didn't at a particular point. No, it was for the Halle in Manchester, I sang it for it. But before that I sang it with the Tasmanian Symphony here in Australia. So I think I've done it about 3 times, and I can't remember who I particularly done it for. But I know I've done it, I think I might have done it for Melbourne Symphony in some stage.
You've had some good roles. The fabulous Mimi in Love O.M.
Yeah, that was great. I did that in South Africa as well as New Zealand.
Oh, okay.
That sounds nice.
That was fabulous. That was
What's
amazing.
opera like in South Africa? Is it really popular?
Oh yes, oh yes. This was a summer festival. So it was in a vineyard.
Oh,
They built a special amphitheatre, and it was a cast of international cast really, I think. English conductor, American, Cuban tenor, some South African singers, a guy from Russia. So there were quite a few people, Welsh, from all around the world, but quite a few, mishmash of people, I suppose. And it was under the stars. It was beautiful. At the night time, it was just lovely. There was a river and the people would go and they would have lunch and dinner and walk around the vineyard. It was beautiful. They get a special train from Cape Town and it would stop at the Tea Festival. It was like an old train, like a big sort of train. It was beautiful. And they would buy their own picnic hampers or they could go to a restaurant. And the show was on the amphitheatre. It was quite small, but it was very beautiful. The orchestra. So it was well attended. It was packed every night actually. They did 2 operas. I was in the Love O.M. and the other one was Rossini's Harvest of Love.
Oh, okay.
That sounds fantastic.